few minutes ago, Rusty Sneiderman's brother and the district attorney spoke to reporters. Channel 2's Jody Fleischer continues our live Team 2 coverage from the DeKalb County Courthouse. Jody.
I just got downstairs from the news conference where District Attorney Robert James started out by saying, "We thank God for justice." He proceeded to say this case is not about Andrea Sneiderman or Hemi Newman. It is about Rusty. Rusty's brother Steve also spoke, saying he wants the world to know how hard this has been on their family and that everyone else gets to go on with their lives tomorrow, but they will still have a void in their life. Now, the district attorney also addressed the question that's been on everyone's minds, and that is what will now happen to Andrea Sneiderman.
The prosecutor, I have an obligation to follow the facts, follow the evidence, and apply the law to those facts and that evidence, and make a decision that speaks justice, and make a decision that I can legally defend in court. And we will do that. And when we know something, y'all will know something.
Now, I also had a chance to sit down with the Sneiderman family, Rusty's parents and his brother. We spoke for 2.5 hours. They told me they began to suspect that she was having an affair on the very day that Hemi Newman, her boss, was arrested. And they say ever since then they have been waiting for these answers. This trial has given them some of those, but they hope the investigation of Andrea Sneiderman will continue.
I knew coming down here that this was going to be horrible, and it's been far worse than I ever imagined.
When Steve Sneiderman lost his only brother, Rusty, he was devastated, but the pain he felt in November 2010 is just as raw today after what he calls the ultimate betrayal by his sister-in-law, Andrea.
It doesn't take a PhD to make those kinds of connections. You know, your boss killed your husband. The next question is, are you involved? Are you having an affair? And she was incensed. I'm outraged that we would even suggest such a thing.
And now, more than a year after Hemi Newman's arrest, his murder trial offered those answers. Jurors saw Andrea Sneiderman just as incensed and outraged on the witness stand.
Why were you protecting the defendant?
I was not.
Why didn't you mention his name?
Have you seen what's happened to my life?
I thought they got her at her worst, but I've seen that temper before.
Don and Marilyn Sneiderman watched their daughter-in-law with anger and a little bit of surprise.
She was combative, belligerent. I would have thought she would have been more cooperative, trying to convict the guy who supposedly killed her husband. And she didn't do that. She was defensive all the time.
Andrea Sneiderman continued to deny the affair with her boss, Hemi Newman, despite witness after witness to the contrary. Even now, it's hard to admit publicly.
You felt like she was lying.
And the testimony that she called her father-in-law and 3 friends to say Rusty had been shot before she was supposed to have known that information could only mean one thing.
She's involved. How do you know that? I don't know how she sleeps at night.
They stopped short of demanding charges for Andrea Sneiderman, but if prosecutors decide to arrest her, they support it.
It becomes a case about what else is being lied about, what else is being hidden, what else is being misdirected.
The Sneidermans call Hemi Newman's insanity defense silly. They think he absolutely knew what he was doing when he drove up in a rented van in a disguise and shot and killed Rusty in the parking lot of the Dunwoody Prep Preschool. They want to know if Andrea was in on it.
Biblically, if you want to look at this, you know, there's 5 negative commandments, and between the 2 of them, they've broken them all.
And within the last 15 minutes, we got a statement from Andrea Sneiderman's attorney. They say on her behalf that she is grateful and relieved by the verdict and the sentence. She believes justice has been served, but nothing will bring Rusty back. And she says she will not be making any public appearances because this has been such a difficult time. Reporting live at the DeKalb County Courthouse, Jody Fleischer, Channel 2 Action News.